How are you? I've woken up today and it's crazy. I have had full on 7 days hard ass work, and I've woken up and I feel so positive. It's dark, it's gloomy, it's raining here in New Zealand, but there is something has completely shifted again, and it doesn't matter how many negative drops that are going through the wave here in this country. It's like I feel like I'm riding on it but going the opposite direction, and I just keep getting higher and higher. So yeah, keep on trucking on is what I keep saying. I wanted to share with you today to be careful with your mind at the moment. You're probably thinking, what is she on about? Well, look how many of us have emotionally are suffering out there, thinking, when will this shit show ever end? It has ended. You decided to stay till the end and participate to clean your country once and for all. That's why you are wide awake at this time, to be the conduit for the universe, God, to bring through the light upon the planet, to stand up against the dark, to flush it out once and for all. You can't tell me you want to go home when it gets too hard, knowing in the back of your mind that you were needed that little bit more to hold the line. It's a spiritual war that we have all been participating in. We stand till the end. We do this not for ourselves, but for our family and for the next generation. And that again, to make sure that all this BS is cleared out once and for all. So you pick up your mindset, put God's armor back on. Pick up your mindset. You are a survivor. You are the one that is awake in your family for a reason, as you were gifted into your family for one day to connect the dots over many lifetimes and pull out your strength and determination to assist the collective at this time in the evolution. Your brothers and sisters are all around the world supporting you through this from afar. Just know your soul family stands with you and supports you. So dust yourself down and stand till the end, as we have done this far. What's a little further to get it completed? The speech from Mr. T, many felt deflated, and please know that it was spoken in codes. There were many positives that he spoke. Once I came home, away from listening, I went back, and oh my goodness, depending on your mindset when you listen to it, you were wanting him to come out with it like straight away. But everything he said was in codes, until you found people that could decode it for you. Oh my gosh, it was brilliant. It was amazing when you know what you know. So, especially with old P. Pelosi, fired. What does fired mean? Yeah, there's two meanings to that word. And old Mr. B had his shop, was also said. What does that mean? There's another meaning to it. And so they needed a new Speaker of the House. Just imagine if Mr. T could be that, take that role up. Everything changes. So honestly, there was so much. It was so positive, and I just wanted to pass that on because the media said the absolute opposite, and so many have been disillusioned. So I just want to say, no, I'm not going to go into the details. I can flick you where to go and listen to what was said. But just know it's all positive. they're on top of it, and it has to roll out this way because it is flushing everybody out. And honestly, the opposition did not know what Mr. T was going to come out with, and boy, they're in for a massive surprise. So just know you can't unknow what you know now. And don't try to let go and surrender into the dark, as that is what they want you to do to weaken you up. Instead, you find your determination deep down in your soul and allow your inner strength to rise. You can do this by sitting with yourself under a tree and surrendering your fear and frustration to the universe, or even the tree, as the tree resonates on the 5th dimension. So plug yourself in and gain your strength again. Kick those shoes off. Get out in the sea. Swim. If you got frustration, go for a run. Get on a bike. Go out and play tennis. Bash a boxing bag. But change your mindset now. Get all that out of here. Turn it around, because when you get it out of your system, you can then become the opposite. I know myself. I have it inside me that I will walk to the end of the earth to protect my family. So who is with me on this? As when you find your determination for why you're doing this, you untangle yourself from the fear that you experience at times. More and more shit will come out, and you have a choice to participate in that scene in the movie, or go over to the opposite section where the truth warriors stand and become involved in that sector of the movie. It's all your choice of where you want to put your energy. Take a good, long, hard look at yourself now. Where are you with your emotions? Are you feeling down, deflated? Look at where you are in the scene in the movie. Remember, you have full control of your life. No one else does. So why stay where you are miserable? As you are struggling for a reason, as you have put yourself there. So if I gave you one wish right now, what would that look like? Feel it and become it. Take a few minutes on that one. Well, now you have something to focus on. This is your end goal. And don't worry how you're going to get there. Just know you have to believe in yourself first. You've been trapped in your own mind as you are in a simulation of a reality that does not really exist. You feed into it with your feeling miserable. So you can now change up your simulation with your actions. You have the control. It's just that you handed it over a long time ago and trusted in others. Well, kiddo, are you really happy where you are right now? If you answered a great big fat juicy no, well, let's do something about it and take action today. This time it's going to be different. This time you will never give up. This time we are collectively going to join up and focus on changing our lives for the better and raise our vibration once and for all, because it collectively goes out to everybody. Whatever you go through, others go through as well. So if we go through the same, we collectively create the positive ripple. If we are miserable, if we're depressed, if we don't believe in ourselves, we shift the timelines. If we concentrate on all this doom and gloom that they are just rolling out, we will shift the timeline to make that happen. I am not there. I'm this way. I am totally focused on getting the timeline changed to the positive. Now, who's with me on that? Wherever you think, whatever your action is dependent on which timeline you will help balance to bring in. So what timeline are you going to shift into? So grow that set of balls that you speak of, and never believe of lack or fear or worry, but replace your whole thought patterns around. Very much like the Yes movie, that you can only see the positive in life, and at any moment you find yourself waver, you have to reconnect back in. Hug a tree or go for a swim in the ocean or lake. This is what I get my whole family to do. Not to focus on the fear, look at it and come up with a solution so it then becomes smaller. So you no longer run from it, because it's not so scary once you find a solution to the problem that you're going through. Make that fear that's huge, bring it down so it's manageable, so you know you can get through it. I know I would put my whole body in front of any evil or fear to protect my own. When you know you will do this to protect your family, there is nothing stopping you now. The only struggle is the illusion of what if. What if? What if? I'm going to present to you right now. What if it never happens the way you are fearing your world? What if you are in the situation to learn from it? What if you found the positive out of it, no matter how much it sucks? The universe is testing you, and most surrender to their fate. Walk around and be miserable. Well, not me. I look at how I can make it better. I have a full-on life, and I've been tested to horror states. You can make a movie out of my life. But I've turned around everything that I have been challenged with and found the positive teaching out of it. When you do this, it gets released as you can then tick that off and gain more strength from that teaching. If you don't do it, one will come in and cement you down even further into your misery. So find the solution, find the positive of every situation that has been a negative to you, and you've found your way through. Look at how I can make things better. Oh boy, I've had my full-on challenges, and I've been tested to horror states, but I've turned around everything. Then I've added that to my backpack that I carry within of all the teachings that I have achieved during these times. For every negative that you've gone through, there is something that you are getting taught from the universe. You could be going the wrong way, or you need, you're suffering from lack of confidence, and then all of a sudden you have to be challenged for you to stand up, or you'll lose everything. But by standing up, you have found your confidence, you have found your voice. Well, happened to me, and look at my voice, and yeah, nothing stops me now. I want to share with you how powerful your thoughts are. Some may have heard the story before, but it's something that, again, I thought about just the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is so powerful. So one night I watched this woman come on the news to confront the attacker who killed her brother. And she was determined to take her down and prove that she had done this to her brother. Seeing that story triggered me off, as I had lost my brother, so I knew the pain that she was going through. I said to myself, one day I want to meet that woman and thank her for her story, for it inspired me to stand. Well, I got that chance. Within 6 months, I think it was even earlier than 6 actually. Better still, the universe set it up that I participated in her New Zealand movie and played the role of being her best friend as her story was told. And I sat with her in court, supporting her while she had her day in court, the actress of her. That was the WTF moment for me. Out of nowhere, I got to text on my phone to see if I wanted to be in New Zealand in a New Zealand movie that was getting made. What was the likelihood? But anyway, I thought, oh, what the hell? It can't hurt. I got told I had to dress up in all leather and have bushy hair and full-on makeup. So I arrived and they knew who I was straight away. And oh boy, I felt so uncomfortable being dressed like that. I had to become a real tough nut. Anyway, long story short, I got led over to the courtroom of where they were filming, and they said, oh, send Karen off to makeup. And the makeup artist said, oh, no, Karen's perfect the way she is, how she's dressed herself. And I thought, I don't even know why. I just thought I was an extra. But then I got told I was playing the best friend to the main actress, and that blew me away. Anyway, we went through the police checks to get through the courtroom and was put in the court. And it became all so real when I was thrown straight in, and I said to the universe, I don't want to have any lines. I didn't want any words. I didn't have any words to speak. I was there as the support person, and because I've never done acting before, the producer came up to me and pretty much blew me away and just told me, you are there to support her. She has lost her brother, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, what it did, it conjured up a lot of emotions of me losing my brother. So, yes, and the actions roll, take one, and I was there to support her. Now, that was so profound, and yeah, it was so natural. To be there for her, because I knew what that emotion was like for me personally. So that was really amazing. And while we were filming, we actually had to stop because there was actually in court next to us, someone was playing up and they were screaming and yelling and smashing the walls and blah, blah, blah. So I had previously talked to the judge actor and found out that she was spiritual. She connected to me as I was as well. So both of us looked at each other and we knew we had to send so much love into that room to help calm that person down. And we smiled because all of a sudden it went quiet and we were able to carry on. And the woman that played the attacker, she was so freaky. I honestly thought I was in a real live scene while we were doing the movie. And so when we finished that scene, I got up and I went up to the attacker, and it was actually the Black Widow, the movie, and I went up to the actress and I said, "Can I talk to you for a minute?" And she goes, "Yes." And I said, "You are so freaky. Your energy when you act is so freaky." But I said, can I just look into your eyes? Because I just want to see. And she goes, "What?" What I did, I actually had to scan to see if she was actually a really nice lady. And she was. And I said, "Oh my gosh, you aren't real." "Okay, fine." I said, "You're an amazing actress on how you played that part." And yeah, and she complimented back at myself. But it was an incredible experience to participate. But the thing is, me being so sensitive and being the empath that I became in that story, and that became my reality. And this is what I'm trying to say here, is that honestly, I thought that was real. So if I had that continuously going, I would have been that person, and that's how I would have lived, and blah, 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 blah. This is what's rolling in real life, okay? It is a movie. We have a real life part, which what we are playing in our own lives. You have a choice. You have a script. But you got to follow with your script from your heart center, not your head. How I played in that scene was through my heart. I had to feel how to respond to her. Otherwise, I would look a real dick. I'd never done acting before. So this is what our life is rolling and how it's rolling out. Okay, I hope I'm just trying to explain what's happening. And yes, after those few days of filming that scene, the judge came up to me and said to me, "Karen, seeing you've never acted," she said, "you were put in a scene that was full on, and it's going to be, you had to participate in all that emotion. Please, I'm letting you know that you're going to have to go home, and your world is going to be so different now, because you were dragged through the scene, but you're not going to get coached to untangle yourself from that scene." So she said, "Whatever you do, be really careful, and yeah, take time for you." So I did, and I got home and I sat down by my husband and I looked at my life and I thought, what the hell was I just involved in? And yeah, I had a few tears just to sort of release all that emotion and step out of that world and come back into my world. Okay, so this is what the universe is doing to every single one of us now. They are stirring your life up. They are plowing. They are throwing so much at you. It's up to you how you are going to respond to it. Very much like how I left being in that movie and came back to where I wanted to be. I had to untangle myself. I had to work out in my mind, my body, and my soul who I wanted to become. Did I want to be stuck in that emotional turmoil, Or did I want to come back to being me, Karen? Where did I want to go? So this is what's happening to you right now. You're having to untangle and let go of the horror stories, the day in court concept, and come back and be who you need to become and who you want to become and who inspires you to help you keep going forward. Because trust me, the universe has got so much positive side that they're wanting you to step into, and you're to let go of that side. And do you know the quite amazing thing was, a couple of days after I went to walk my dog, and I looked over and I saw this woman, and I thought, oh my God, I know her. She was another one that was in the movie, and she ended up living just across the road or down the road from me. And I got talking. Anyway, the next day, I had a client to work with, and oh my gosh, this one blew me away. I said to her, you are working in a really heavy, dense, negative environment, and it's not good for you and not good for your soul, but whoever you're working with has got, incredible negative energy. And she said, yes, I work at the women's prison. And I said, oh my goodness. And I told her what film I was, I was involved in for a few days. And she turned around and she said, you're not going to believe this. And I said, what? She said, I'm the guard that is assigned to her. And I just flipped out. I went, you what? I said, oh my God, whoa, that was huge. What is the likelihood? So all I did was I had seen her on the TV, the sister pleading, and she was taking her attacker to court and wanting justice for her brother. And in the end, I ended up speaking to the woman who's actually that far away from the real attacker of that man. So that blew my mind. That just literally, so that is the power of your mind on how you were thinking. Now that was, I would easily say about 4 or 5 years ago. So imagine the strength of your thoughts now. Because you've shifted, the energy has shifted. And so that is really, really important. I can't stress enough how important it is to be careful with your thoughts. Another thing I wanted to just finish off here with. So out of this, whatever you think creates your reality. I prove that hands down. Take a really good hard look at where you have yourself right now. And what are you going to do about it? Come join me and rewrite this chapter in the role that you are playing in this movie that's rolling out in real life. As you are playing a huge role. When you focus on the new visions, you have a capability of creating new pathways for it to come out, to become your reality. You are what you think. So where are you sending your attention? What imprint are you activating? Have faith as you have got this. Trust yourself and connect into your intuition. Because the cause and effect. What people say is how you understand their words and their actions. What I'm saying here is that somebody can say, I love you, but don't mean it, because it's words. It's how we have related our whole entire life out there is by responding to people's words, hoping they're meaning it. But being in the 3D reality, we don't feel their words. And this is how our leaders have been able to do what they've done to us, because we've just literally believed in them. When you shift in your higher frequencies, you can now connect into the feelings and reading people. This is when you resonate to people telling the truth. False actors in this world don't resonate on the higher frequencies, as they lie. And unless you are shifting and working on yourself, you won't recognize it. Their words will fool you in the disillusion of the true reality. When you make the shift within yourself, you will no longer resonate with them. And this is why it's so important now, because then you can see who's real, who's telling the truth. And because, by gosh, they're all coming out now in the woodwork, and it's massive. So stay true to yourself. Keep focused. That is the biggest key. Keep focused. And yeah, that movie was something that totally changed my world. And the Black Widow New Zealand movie. And I only had a small part, but it was more about all I had done is put a thought pattern out, and bingo, there I was. So everything is possible. I know we're finished. We're just bringing through this final scene, and you participate the right way. Get out of all that doom and gloom. You know, yes, it's raining out there, but guess what? I'm going up shopping with my daughters. And yeah, we just like looking for little treasures to share with other people. And yeah, so have a fabulous day today, because I sure am, and I'm just sharing the love. So like, subscribe and share, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.